Hey everyone, my name is Wellington Takeshi. I study physical education at the State University of Londrina, and I'm also a fellow member of the tutorial education program, and the supervisor is the Dr. Victor Lulu of Zakazaki. One of the goals in the program is to develop autonomy of the students, and by that we make short classes where we experience our teaching skills. I decided not to make something about physical education just because I wanted the theme to have a bigger spectrum and catch the attention and interest of people from every specialty. Well, so after this introduction, I think we can get started with the presentation. Today I'm going to talk about a method of organization which is called the bullet journal. So Ryder Carroll, a digital product designer and author living in Brooklyn, New York, created the bullet journal. Diagnosed with learning disabilities early in his life, he was forced to figure out alternate ways to be more focused and productive. Throughout years of trials and errors, he developed a method that went far beyond simple organization, which he named the bullet journal. Is an analog system for the digital page, and unlike other productivity tools, the bullet journal can become whatever you need it to be. It can be your calendar, your to-do list, time. It's up to you. You decide it. And Ryder Carroll said once, it helps to record the past, organize the present, and plan for the future. That's all the three things that the bullet journal aims. And how's that possible? You may be wondering, how's that possible? Well, it's not that difficult, you know. So, the bullet journal rests on organization concepts we already know, like page numbering, page titles, bulleted lists, and more. The difference is in the methods that we use, and the methods work together. It's like Legos. Methods can be combined or interchangeable. You pick and choose methods based on your needs. And better yet, you can create your own methods, and that's where things get more interesting. So now I'll present to you the basic concepts on which the bullet journal is based. The first one is called rapid logins, and rapid logins is the language in which the bullet journal is written. And in short, it's a way of capturing information as bulleted lists. So the traditional method, as you can see on the slide, is represented by a long and detailed information. And in the rapid logins, the same information can be organized in a condensed and short way. So here we have the traditional one with the checkbox and long information. And in the rapid logins, we use the bullets and short information. Okay. So if the rapid logins is the language of the bullet journal, also known as Bujo, sometimes I'm going to describe as Bujo, the bullets are the syntax. Okay, so bullets are short form sentences paired with symbols that visually characterize your interest into tasks, events, or notes. So tasks, we have for things you have to do, notes for things you don't want to forget, and events for moments in time. So from now on, I'm going to detail the categories and how to distinguish them from one another in particular situations. So we have right here the tasks. I'm going to start talking about them. So tasks are represented by a simple dot, and it is recommended to use a dot instead of a checkbox because it's faster, cleaner, and can easily be transformed to reflect the state of the task. So tasks can have one of 5 states. Okay, so the first one is for task incomplete. So we just write a dot and the task when we complete the task, we make a X on top of the dot. Okay. When we want to migrate to collections, we make this symbol, which is the greater than. If the task is scheduled in the future log, we use the less than. And if the task is irrelevant and we don't want to do that anymore, we cross a line on top of the task. Okay? So events are represented by the open circle bullet, and events are date-related entries that can either be scheduled or logged after they occur. So here we have some examples like Tom's last day, or watched Wonder Woman with LK, or walked home to clear hand. This is the examples, and you can see it's for something that happened in the past and you want to record. Notes are represented with a dash, and notes include facts, ideas, thoughts, and observations, and they are used to capture information or data you don't want to forget. This bullet works well for meetings, lectures, or classroom notes. So if you have a class and you want to write things that are important and you don't want to forget, you can use the dash as the main thing to make your notes more organized. So here we have some examples like March 25th, office closed for renovation. The other one, Jack's has a gluten intolerance, and use mayonnaise instead of butter on grilled cheese. So here we have an important point, which is that tasks, events, and notes will help you quickly capture your thoughts as they bubble up throughout the day. But you don't need to worry about logging them in any particular order. The important thing is to get them out of your head and onto the paper. That is when you're going to be more focused and things is going to be more predictive and fluid. Okay? So now I'm pretty sure that some of you know about bullet journal or other methods and techniques to organize your life, but there's another similar, although very different method that I would like to discuss today with you, which is the planner. And I will discuss the difference between a bullet journal and a planner and why a bullet journal is a planner, but a planner isn't a bullet journal. Okay, so here we have three differences that we can help to understand. So the first one is the typical planner that we buy at the stationery store is a day-by-day planner that you need to buy refills for. So it is like a book that all the pages are filled with information and spaces with one specific goal. You cannot change that, and sometimes it's kind of boring and people don't like that. Okay, so this is the first example. The second one is in a planner, you write the plan for one day. On the next page, you write a plan for the next day, and you do that until you need to order a refill. A refill is pages that you need to buy to fill in because you don't have more pages to organize your days, and you have to buy more and more and more. And the last but not least is the third one, and you can do the same thing in the bullet journal. The same thing that you do in a planner, you can do in the bullet journal, but you can do a plan for one day, and the next 40 pages can be for poems, formations, project plans, and notes. As I said, a bullet journal's possibilities are limitless. You can do whatever you want because the pages are in blank. So you fill the information and you don't make pages, but you make pages by the scratch, you know. So you have freedom to make whatever you want. So here in this slide, we can see some differences between the bullet journal and the planner. In the left side picture, we have an example for a planner, which is a weekly planner, which is a weekly schedule, daily schedule, and to-do list. We can see right here. Let me show you. So we have the weekly schedule, the daily schedule, the to-do list, which I'm sorry. We have the bullet journal, which is a more minimalistic setup. And notice that this person decided that their own way to lay out and organize the page. So some people like it because they can take their time and actually focus on something good for themselves. And I particularly prefer the bullet journal method because with a typical agenda or planner, I turn a lot of pages without using them, and there was so much space where I could use for my imagination and make something I wanted, and it's just wasted. So I keep my bullet journal in my stationery. So I really like this. It's very compact, it's not bigger, and I can create everything that I want and also organize my day, which is the main important thing that the bullet journal is. Oh, I think I forgot to say something in the last slide. So notice that in the planner, and almost all of them, there's no possibility to change things up. So this could be a problem if you're not a person that would use your planner daily, because it would result in wasting a lot of pages without having the opportunity to use them. So this was the information that I left. And now we're going to talk a little bit about how to organize and how to make from the scratch your bullet journal. And this division is called collections. And things right now will get a little bit more interesting because we're gonna learn how to actually organize a bullet journal. So first, I would like to let you know that this takes practice, okay? So bullet journal is simple, but as you go further and further with your practice in the bullet journal, it gets really more interesting and it gets better. So as you can see, sorry, you can use the same directions that I'm about to show you and use your creativity, imagination with or without colors or more minimalistic designs. It's up to you. I'm just going to show you the main topics that have to be in your bullet journal, okay? In this first step, we'll talk about the collections. Each module are collections to organize related information, and you can mix and match, customize, or even create collections to best suit your needs. So we have right here the index, the future log, the monthly log, and the daily log. I'm going to talk specifically and individually in the next slide. So the index lives at the front of your notebook and serves to locate content and your bullet journal. Simply add the topic of your collection and their page number to the index so you can quickly find them later. Okay, so collections that span a series of consecutive spreads are indexed like collections topic and the number 5 to 10, for example. And some collections are recurring and can be spread throughout your notebook. So these collections can be indexed as such: collection name, the title of the collection, for example 5 to 10, the numbers of the page, and then the same thing, but you just write the other page that you made that collection, which for example could be 33 or 34 to 39. Okay, so this is up to you. We can see right here, for example, this one, food log. which is for somebody who likes a lot of food and or would like to organize what they eat in the day. So we have right here April 1 to 7, day 1 to day 7, and 23 to 24, which is the number of the pages. I'm sorry, I was wrong right here, which is the number of the pages. So this person used the page number 1 and 7 to make the food log, and the page number 23 to 24 to use for food log as well. So they put in the index the numbers of the page when for when they want to quickly find where this information is in the bullet journal. So they go to the index and find the information there. Okay. The future log is used to store dated entries that will occur outside the current month. So provided is a simple 6-month template is an advice, because you don't want to make a 12-month template, because sometimes your bullet journal is as little as mine and it's not for the whole year, so there's no need for you to organize a future log for the whole year if you're not going to use it. That's why I like the bullet journal as well, because we try as much as we can not to waste papers as the planners do, or agendas, or those methods of organization that there are. So in the future log, everything we task ourselves with is a potential experience. And in the future log serves as your time machine. Okay, so it allows you to glimpse outlines of the future log you're actively working towards. And one tip is each month review your future log to see if anything can be migrated into the next monthly log, and you do it as you feel more comfortable or not. So here we have the monthly log, and the monthly log is a pair of facing pages that consist of a calendar and a task page. Entries right here should be as short as possible, as this page is designed for reference only. Personally, I don't like the monthly log. I don't see need to have them, because we are going to make the same thing in the daily log or in the future log. So I don't see myself doing this in my bullet journal, but this is an advice from the author, writer Carol, so I think it is important to show you that it's a possibility. But personally, I don't use them. So the daily log is designed for day-to-day use, and it's very simple to organize. As you can see right here at the top of the page, you record the date as your topic, and throughout the course of the day, simply rapid log your tasks, events, or notes as they occur. If you don't fill a page, add the next date wherever you left off, and you're ready to continue. Okay, so it's very, very, very simple. So here are some examples of different styles of logs. We have more creative ones right here, or minimalist examples. So it's very similar, but one of them are more creative. There's a lot of doodles, and this one is just lines and the informations. This right here, I would risk to say that it's very creative because it's a different form, but this one, it's more like the method of well, as this presentation comes to the end, I'd like to record that I would like to read this quote from my writer Carol's website, which I found very inspiring and meaningful. And he wrote, "We lead busy lives, but being busy doesn't necessarily mean we're being productive. Productive means that we're using our time wisely by focusing on what matters." And this is very important for us students and for every person in the world. We have to manage our time and to do things very carefully, because we are noticing that time is very short and we have so much things to do, and sometimes we forget some things that we had to accomplish, and this is not good. So that's why we have to have our minds very focused and organized to make our lives even better. It helps with our anxiety levels. It helps with being more capable of seeing the things that we have to do daily. So here you have some, right here, some references and tips where I found the information of this presentation. I hope you like it. I had a lot of fun making this tutorial. And if you have more information, if you have some questions or suggestions, so here you have my email. Feel free to ask me anything, make some suggestions, questions, whatever. And I'd like to express my acknowledgement to the tutorial education program where I developed this class in the first place. This is a project that we are having right now, which is make our classes that we teach inside of the group and make it spread away. We are living in a difficult time right now with the coronavirus, and we decided to not make the things that we develop, the information that we develop, and we show to the group just for the group. We want this to be for every people that can have the access in the information. So I would like to thank them again, and the State University of Londrina and the Ministry of Education. So thank you everybody for your attention and for sticking with me throughout this whole presentation. I hope you had a great time and that you learned something new, which is really important. And if you have any question, as I said, feel free to email me. I hope you like it. Thank you very much. Goodbye.